These video presentations are created by St. Thomas University social work students as part of the New Brunswick Association for Community Living team. NBACL works to build inclusive communities where persons with an intellectual disability can live, learn, work, and play. NBACL is a provincial, nonprofit organization that works on behalf of children and adults with an intellectual disability and their families. We work to ensure that people with an intellectual disability, with the support of their families, have the option to choose the supports they need to live meaningful lives and participate in their communities as valued and contributing members. Welcome to the first of 3 videos about the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, or the CRPD. This video introduces you to the CRPD and helps you understand your rights in Canada and specifically in New Brunswick. By the end of this video, you will have some information for understanding your rights. The second video will talk to you about your rights to living independently, family life, and voting. The third video will talk to you about your rights to education, health, and becoming a self-advocate. The CRPD is an international treaty that was ratified by Canada in 2010. The CRPD is ratified in 168 countries around the world. Ratification means that a government agrees to do their best to put the rights stated in the convention into effect. The CRPD was written with the involvement of people with disabilities. It is for people with long-term physical, mental, intellectual, and sensory disabilities. Everyone has rights. They protect us and often outline what we are allowed to do. Rights can help ensure fair treatment and justice. Some rights cannot be taken away. For example, we all have the right to be free from torture. Legal rights are rights that have been created by the government through law. For example, a legal right is being able to vote at the age of 18. The CRPD specifically outlines what the rights are for persons with disabilities. Often having rights also means having responsibilities. A responsibility is something that is your job to do or to think about. It is something that affects our lives and other people's lives. An example of a responsibility is to follow the rules at home, at school, and in the community. You have a responsibility to stand up for your rights, but also the responsibility to respect the rights of others. When people don't take on their responsibilities, other people can lose their rights. An example of not accepting responsibility is not paying your rent or providing a safe environment for your family. By not taking responsibility to pay your rent, you lose the right to live there. Why was the convention created, or what is the purpose of the CRPD? It was created to make sure that all people with disabilities have full and equal enjoyment within their community. It was created to make sure that all people with disabilities have the right to choose support for independent living, go to school, or have a job. By signing this agreement, Canada has the responsibility to have these rights met. The CRPD recognizes that people with disabilities have the right to be free from discrimination and stigmatization. For example, a workplace not hiring someone due to their disability is discrimination. It recognizes that people with disabilities have the right to make their own choices. For example, the clothes you wear and the food that you eat. It recognizes that people with disabilities have the right to be involved in the decision-making process about their life. For example, living with roommates or living alone. Why should you care about the CRPD? It is a tool to make sure people with disabilities are treated equally. It shows your community that your rights need to be met. It shows that people with disabilities are able to fully participate in society. For example, go to school, have a job, and be part of teams and clubs. And you can use the CRPD to make sure your rights are being met. First of all, by watching these videos, you have taken the first steps to knowing your rights. You can now share your knowledge about your rights with others and help make your rights known within your community. But if you feel your rights are not being met, there are strategies for how you can be an effective advocate to help you to have your rights respected. Advocacy is a process of supporting and standing up for another person or yourself. Advocacy can be used to help stand up for your individual rights. Advocacy often involves dealing with various service systems, such as school system or programs that support people to work or live in the community. To be an effective advocate, you should be prepared by being informed about your rights and responsibilities. For example, using the CRPD to be informed of your rights. Identify the key issues that you are encountering. For example, be clear and concrete in what you're asking. If possible, identify some solutions. Be clear about what you're willing to accept. Listen carefully to what others are saying and ask questions. Identify people who may be able to help, for example, contacting MBACL. Keep a notebook to record your discussion. You may have to think about the next best solution if you cannot get what you want. Thank you for watching the Introduction to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Please continue watching videos 2 and 3 to better understand your rights.